Well, we're back for part 3. This is the trilogy now. I won't let the computer win. I was in the midst of talking about Ric Flair being abandoned in Ireland by TNA, and fucking computer something crashed and it caused the thing to stop recording about 6 minutes in. So, I don't know. It's just... I'm trying to figure out all this newfangled technology, folks, and sometimes technology just wins. I just can't figure it out. Anyway, Ric Flair is abandoned in Ireland at the moment, apparently, because he would not get on the bus to go to the airport to go to Germany. Apparently the deal was something about Ric Flair. He was saying he wanted more money from the ticket gate or something, I don't know. And TNA said, the tour manager said no, and they called his bluff, and when he didn't get on the bus, they said bye-bye. So yeah, Ric Flair is apparently stuck in Ireland right now with no cash and no credit cards. So if you live in Ireland, you see Nate, help him out. I'm sorry. You know, God bless Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair. He's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. I was there. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I'll say it again because my short-term memory sucks sometimes. 1991, I was there at the Meadowlands. It's me, my father, two uncles, and cousin, and we were all there we went to the rare WCW show up here, and Ric Flair beat Sting in the semi-main event to win the world title for 7th time. And being a little stinger back then, it was, you know, Flair using his feet on the ropes to get the title and then running out is like, oh, you son of a bitch, you know, you cheated. Ric Flair stole the belt from Sting. Also from that night, swear to God, the honest truth, Sid Vicious, he gets in the ring, and, you know, Sid being Sid, he's like, you know, he looked like he was, you know, we were on the floor, but we were, you know, maybe about 15 rows back. So Sid still looked big back then. I mean, and this is Sid 1991, right? And Sid's in the ring, you know what he's doing? I'm the man who rules the world. And me, I just get up there and go, you Sid. And I swear to God, I thought he looked straight at me, and it scared the hell out of me. So, you know, that you know you do a good job. You know, people can say what they want about Sid, but you know you do a good job if you can scare the living hell out of a 9-year-old, out of a 10-year-old like that. It was great. You know, it was good. God, it was great stuff back then. It was an interesting show from what I can remember. They had some sort of weird football tackle match with Lex Luger, who had Lawrence Taylor in his corner, against some guy Paulie Dangerously had, and the whole object was to tackle a guy out of the ring or something. I don't know, something stupid. Main event was Doom versus Arn Anderson and Barry Windham in a steel cage, and Doom just beat the piss out of them. Match started, it was boom, boom. It was like 5 or 10 minutes tops, and they just wailed on Arn and Barry. That's what's missing in wrestling, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's so different now from what it is then. Now everything's all formulated and cookie cutter. They don't deviate from anything. So, as an old wrestling fan, it's sad. But just watching TNA, they could if they want to be WCW, fine, be WCW, but be WCW from the early '90s or mid '90s. Don't be WCW from when Hulk Hogan came to the company. Be WCW from, be WCW from the time Bill Watts took over to the time he was forced out. I mean, if you're going to emulate a company, that's the company to emulate. That was some good stuff back then. Cowboy. Yeah, great stuff. But TNA, not to be, just as a writer, since I'm in school for writing right now, for screenwriting, just as a writer, I watch TNA, and it's just so maddening to watch TNA because they have no logic, no reason. If you've read my columns, you know one of the things I always hit the WWE and TNA on is logic and reason. There's no logic and reason in stories. And just seeing them, it's like, oh God, you people. It's just so maddening to watch. So many things that could be done and they're not done. So, not to toot my own horn, but even with my limited skills right now, 6 months tops, I could easily double TNA's ratings. That's only if I had actual help, control. TNA needs a major marketing overhaul. I mean, when they had their show last summer here in Brooklyn, they got really lucky that they drew 6,000 people, and that was an actual paying crowd too. Most of the shows that they're doing now, they're barely drawing 1,000 people. I mean, they're supposed to be the alternative to the WWE, and they barely draw 1,000 people to some shows. They barely draw 500 to some shows. Their marketing just sucks. I don't know who, This is a company that has Don West. I mean, we all remember Don West from the Sports Collector shows late at night. Mark McGuire rookie card, people. You gotta be dialing. Gem Min 10. Gem Min 10. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa. You can't go wrong with these cards, people. We got 1,000 of them. They gotta go. So, Don West could sell anything. And they don't really use them for anything other than shoptna.com and stuff. It's annoying to watch, TNA could do so much better and they don't. They just skim by and, do the bare minimum. Sort of like how I used to be. Well, still am for the most part, but, at least I put a lot of effort into the bare minimum. So, yeah. TNA has defied the odds, I'll say that much, those of us on the internet have said, oh yeah, TNA will be dead this year. That was 2005. So, oh yeah, they'll be dead this year. 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. We're in 2010 space. Now we're in 2011.